Good morning, Operations Manager Stuart Crolsham, CFA District 23. Welcome to December 2010's District 23 report on YouTube. First thing I want to talk about is our new district operating procedure in relation to preparedness. It was handed out to all those who attended the district forum in early December at the TAFE Auditorium in Wangaratta. The most important part is the colour coding, and I'll just run you through that. It hasn't changed the colours, and the FDIs haven't changed till last year, but some of our preparedness activities have. FDI green, FDI 0 to 5, code green, no problems, normal preparedness, 2 to 3 truck response, normal. Yellow, 6 to 20, maybe some lightning around, same. We should be able to pull up those grass fires and forest fires with our normal levels of preparedness. FDI reaches 21 to 34, lightning activity level of 2, so we're getting some strikes around possibly. Code orange. So here we should just start thinking, especially in the FDIs of 30 plus, that we may have some suppression difficulties and some fires may take hold. But again, generally speaking, we should nail those. Okay, but it's the fire danger period generally. The line in the sand is FDI of 35, code purple. There's an expectation that firefighters have their gear and realise that there may be some fires which they need to get onto in large numbers quickly. That our captains are ensuring that our tankers are crewed, that they've got some people around, that our groups know who they will be deploying on strike teams if they have to support into neighbouring groups, into neighbouring districts, or maybe interstate. That we here at the district headquarters, we've got a number of key people in key roles to get some information out to communities and get some support to you in the event that you need it. Okay, so FDI 35, code purple. FDI now gets to 50, still code purple. That's what you receive in your pager. But here at the district level, we've ramped up a bit. This is traditionally a total fireban day in the northeast Hume area. We've got a number of people at DIFCOM level who have been tapped on the shoulder, and they know that that is their responsibility for the day. So there's 4 or 5 people who will go in the night before that morning, and at Moorview and at South Wang and at Benalla and Mansfield, etc. They will test that facility, turn it on, do some radio checks, etc., and then go off on their day-to-day duties, so to work or to home or wherever, on their farms, and within 15 or 20 minutes they'll be back in that facility if required. But it's ready to go. Again, here in the district headquarters, we've got ground observers, we've got aircraft on quicker response times, and we've got people in the facility ready to support the field and support the community. FDI gets to 75, and those people who were at DIFCOM level, who are back in their homes, 1 hour before the FDI reaches that 75, they will be sitting in those DIVCOMs, ready to go. Okay, and the reason they're ready to go is that when we get fires happening, you need to get out there quickly as firefighters and as crew leaders and as tankers and brigades, and you need to get good quality situation reports back into people quickly. There's no time to drive that 15 or 20 minutes. We need to get warnings to our communities quickly, and we need to get support out to the field extremely quickly. So the links are in place, but it's still critical that you guys out in the field paint the picture, good quality situation reports. We've harped on it over and over again, but it is still the weak link, but such a critical link in our system. Righto, moving on. A lot of our people have joined within the last 5-7 years, and some of those people may be crew leaders, officers of our brigades, and you know what? They have not experienced a hot, fast-running grass fire. This is where the old hats put in. Those people who remember the Wilby fires, the Coonda fires, the Stewarton fires, and we need to relive those stories and tell those stories to those people, and we need to train them about hot, fast-running grass fire tactics, about the use of the small town branch, about following up with the foggies, about how the tankers peel away in line to support each other, about getting 1 foot in the black and retreating to the black if things get nasty. Okay, so don't take it for granted just because people have been around for 5 or 7 or 10 years that they are experienced in fast-running grass fires. There's a number of good videos around. That old Water is a Weapon video is still a cracker. There's a DVD out. It's called Grass Fire Tanker Tactics, which is available. But still, those stories and that training and those burn-offs are great lessons. What I've done in relation, because of the current weather conditions, because of the floods and the conditions of roads, is put on a temporary turnout notice across District 23. What that means is I've given you an increased period of time to get from your homes or your workplaces or your farms to the fire truck and radio out before Vic Fire responds to the next appliance. Okay? Now that's there because in the rural city of Wangaratta, for example, 120 roads damaged, 20 of them major roads. We need to make sure that we get to the station safely. We also, you may be prompted by Vic Fire to stay on to the hard standing roads and hard surfaces. We've had a lot of instances, as you know, where we're getting tankers bogged. Okay, and in some of the surfaces they look fine, and the first truck goes across well, the second truck cracks the granite, and the third truck sinks through to its axles. Okay, so it's all about stopping and giving us some extra time, and captains and crew leaders standing by the side of the road with their people and discussing how they may attack this grass fire, and maybe they fall back to the roadway, or maybe they run some hose or bin some graders in or whatever, but it's the stop and think time. There's a pre-summer DVD out. This has been sent out to all brigades, to their secretaries. It's also available in numerous ways via the website, CFA Connect, etc. It's got some very, very important messages on it, and every firefighter in our district should get the opportunity to view it. Okay, it's not just because it's got me on it this year again, but there's some really important messages from the chief and from other people around CFA. So again, please, it's called a pre-season update 2010-2011. Okay, last but not least, the Christmas is upon us. We may get some flack about the introduction of fire restrictions because of the conditions as they are now, as I talked about floods. The reason we're bringing in fire restrictions this year is because fire suppression activities are difficult, and it's for all those reasons I talked about just then, about the road conditions being bad, about the paddocks being wet, and our tankers getting bogged. We don't have a lot of aircraft online because we're saving them for later in the year when the danger increases and we really need them. Okay, but it's about restricting the occurrence of fire in our landscape because suppression activities is difficult. Okay, so I don't want people, our people between Christmas and New Year, chasing these fires and getting trucks bogged. They should be at home with their families, and if we can reduce the occurrences of fires in our landscape, that's the actual intent. If you've got any problems with that, if you need to discuss it any further, please contact myself or one of the ops officers. If you've got community members who need to have that explained to them in detail, tell them to ring the district headquarters. Okay, so if you also if anyone needs a permit, they can get grass and stubble permits from their municipal fire prevention officer and other permits from the district headquarters. Folks, have a unbelievably happy and safe New Year and Christmas. Thank you for support in 2011. It's been a big year with Royal Commissions and a lot of changes, but boy, are we better positioned now than we've ever have been to protect our communities. And the work you've done has been amazing with adapting to those changes and implementing them in your brigades and groups. So thank you very, very much for that.